Body small like container. They dream big like port. I don't know if fear hustle. In fact, I get to. The story sound personal, but the matter concern you. How far your dreams? Hope you they pursue jejely. Now from clap them till they enter dance. I believe your light. You guys believe I'm too. You know get how night take dark. You know fit cover moon. I they see your sweat and I get one belief. Say the hustle go pay. People go see receipt. So whether you day office or they run out for street, no shaking at your side. Your heritage legit. Then say you know fit. Tell them make them chill. Burger no fit tell labor how banga soup they be. Hustle to the future green. He did this Niger blood. Warriors fit give anything, but warriors no fit give up. Good evening, guys. My name is Oloruntobiloba Abiodun. I am a writer and a spoken word poet. It's a very huge honor to be in the room with Daddy Shoyinka here today. Thank you to the team for having me. So I'm just going to roll into the poems that I have for tonight. I'm going to do another pidgin spoken word poem, and I'm going to ask a question. How far? Makes sense. I should let you all know that I have zero tolerance for lazy people. They are not my people. Because like China-made product, lazy people know they last. They go a long way only to realize saying at the wrong road and pass. See, lazy people be like Java phones. Them don't know what's up. They are always very far from achieving their dreams. That is why their response to how far is I day. When the correct response to how far should be no far again. So my people, how far? Makes sense. Now it takes a made-up mind to overcome laziness. And making up your mind does not require a Mary Kay, but it starts with the foundation. So for a young boy like me, the foundation begins with trying to make ends meet. The struggle may not end, but ends must be met. My mind be like ice blocks, so sometimes it melts. If hard work really pays, it must pay me in hard currency. Spin myself for the money, call me for a tie rolling dollar. Them say streets now for sharp guys, and this boy no be dollared. I don't soak myself for hard work, so like Gary, I must rise. And that's just life. The hustle takes common sense and come on. Common sense is common. You just won't find it in the market if you don't shop right. Because death will go jam you for where you chop life. So break it down in tiny bits like chef when they chop life. I am seeking the light at the end of the tunnel. Call it Star Trek. So when I finally find it, this star no go trek. The road is not for chickens. If you don't take it by the horn, you won't overtake. Because success and mediocrity no be match. That's why them know they play. And laziness be like cashless ATM. The level no they pay. And greatness is just a thing till you breathe life into it. Listen, you know the Nigeria brew be packaging before you go know say you be star. But you drink plenty beer, no me say you go turn star. Every hustle get payday, but where you hustle now, if you know be where your payday. Them say street now for sharp guys, but it depends on the area where your street day. It depends on the area where your street day. Because I know sharp guys. I know sharp guys whose lives have been cut short by blunt dreams. You won't see it if you don't believe it. The boys who sold their souls for chicken change now possess foul spirits. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. No let people who know they stay no bother you. But if they persist, let them in the pool of your Rhine and tell them to rest in peace. Peace. So, I would usually introduce myself, in some sort of way, but I like to introduce myself today as a married man. Yeah, that type stuff. Oh, I got married on the 31st of January. So in a very few days or weeks, I'll be 2 months, I'm a wedded man. And I cannot wait to start my podcast. I want to start podcast. I'm starting my podcast, giving relationship advice, how to get married, how to plan a wedding, how to respect your partner. I will give, it's going to be fantastic counseling sessions. But interestingly, my wife is in the house, Onyechi. And because she's here, normally I'm not a preacher of love. It's not a thing that I do. But because she's here, I want to do a love poem in honor to her. And please permit me. I must confess that I find it tough trying to write you into a perfect song. Maybe it's because what I feel for you isn't plain sheet music. It is complex, like a violin There are strings attached. So I keep writing, even in dreams, hoping I will wake up someday to find you perfect. I keep working, hoping that when I am done, people who listen will call you dope music, like you were made in a coke studio. And I promise to write about your highs and lows. Promise to write about your eyes and nose. Promise to strike every chord and hit the right notes. Yes, you can leave the door to your heart closed. I'll come in with the right keys. I'll make symphonies from the trembling of your cheeks and melodies from your heartbeats. I will pause your pulse, stretch it to a crescendo so when the world listens to the pitch, they will want encores. Your sound will hold ears captive. They will call you a trap song. I will write my lyrics on your skin. Fill every verse with XX wordplay till your body begins to look like a porn site. Sometimes I stare at your being and what I see is a museum of artworks, nature's handwork, from eyes that present the past and mirror the future, to a hairline representing queens and their closures. Where they end is where you begin. You have eyelashes like flowers. My heart is the size of 1,000 vases. Your love has me rooted to a spot, but I see us going places. I call you the heat effect of God's spoken word, but find you to complete the pass for the product of a missing rib. I've been staring at the poetry of your body, and I'm in love with the waistline. You're behind. You're behind. Your behind puts my exes behind. Yes, as it should. Your behind puts my exes behind. I dey feel you like foam. You get cool when you got sign. Sometimes I wish to be your bathroom door so you can always pull me close. Because this Adam and Eve kind of love gets the room looking like Eden. And baby, who needs clothes? Your absence leaves me feeling like a bankrupt company. At nights I fold. I am catching deep feelings like how well do you love me? And the start show you mean a lot to me. I feel wealthier than Abraham because you are more than a lot to me. Shalom. So yeah, that's her. For my last poem before I leave, because today is World Poetry Day, this is a poem, an attempt to define or to describe what poetry is. Like we will usually say, listen and be. I don't know Nigerians in this house. Listen and be. Somewhere in the world, a young boy is writing his first poem. Love letters to a girl. A girl is writing her first poem. A rebel song forming at the edge of her mouth. Somewhere in the world, the rejection is brewing. When it reaches its final destination, the butterflies and the boy's belly will die. The girl will lose her voice. Skies will turn gray, and the poet in them will stop writing. It makes me ask, what makes a poem a poem? How elite must it sound before you call it a voice? Is a poem only a poem if it makes the crowd move? Is it less a work of art if the artist never follows the rules? Because I have never seen anyone bleed from hearing the punchline. A poem isn't always a weapon. Sometimes it is joy. Sometimes it is tenderness. Sometimes it is the joke in a burning house, an escape route. A poem isn't always what you want it to be. A poem is what the poet says it is. So here, a poem for the poet. You cut yourself open for people. Let them see your hurt. Let them see your bleeding. But do you know that the opening act isn't always the star of the show? A poem for my readers. I begin every poem with the sun and end it with the moon, just so you can see each word in a different light. A poem for the homeless. There is no eviction notice for those who choose to live in the moment. A poem for Nigerians. How much pain must be forced into our skins before our bodies begin to revolt? What hands can lift our heavy hearts, hoist this depressed nation into the sky? A poem for our ancestors, they who got shipped into slavery, they who saw the ocean coming with waves and called it friendly. A poem for our soldiers. What is the common ground between a gunfight and trauma? Is that they both start with a trigger. A poem isn't always what you want it to be. A poem is what the poet says it is. So here, a poem is a song. A poem is an outlier. A poem is soft like the underbelly. A poem is a voice. And that voice is often louder than this. Shalom Aleichem.